Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, all divisions. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the case may be, everywhere you are, all over the world. I'm very happy to be here with you again on another live broadcast today, Friday, 29th June 2018. I'm so delighted to be here. Sorry for my inability to actually do a live broadcast in the last 2, 3 days. It was actually due to a network problem that I have here. So I'm happy to be here today to actually do another live broadcast. Today, I'm going to actually do, I think, another topic that is most important that I think is most important and appropriate for now in the TBC community. Then my last video, I quickly want to record my last video, which was actually captioned "One Good Turn Deserves Another." That was where I actually analyzed. I actually brought about the story of Cristiano Ronaldo and Alberto Fantrao, which was the purpose, the message from that video was actually to be not to be selfish and not to be ungrateful. So Alberto Fantrao was not selfish, and that is why Cristiano Ronaldo became a famous footballer and a living legend of our time. While Cristiano Ronaldo too was not ungrateful, was not an ingratitude person, and he was able to repay Alberto Fantrao, which of course made Alberto to be living luxuriously as he is living presently. That is the lesson that we learn from the story of Cristiano Ronaldo. But today I'm another important key word in the TBC community, another important keyword that will assist and will help us in the success of the an attainment of this vision and objective. That is what I call teamwork. So the topic of my today's video is teamwork, and we are looking at the lesson, the 7 lessons from the Geese for V formation movement. The 7 lessons from the Geese V formation movement. We all know what the Geese are. We all know what the geese are birds, and when they actually go out in the morning to look for food, and they return in the evening to go and rest. So anytime they are moving out in the morning, they actually move out on a V formation. So when they are coming back again, they come back on in a V formation. So they are moving in V formation as meaning, and there are 7 lessons that I can learn from their moving in V formation. They are moving together in a V formation. That is what we are going to look at today. But before I go into the 7th lesson proper, let me first of all analyze what is team and what we call a teamwork. Let me just give you the definition of what we call team. As Doing the definition of team is a group of interdependent individuals who work together towards a common goal. Team, by the word team, means a group of interdependent individuals who works together towards a common goal. There are two key factors, two key words in that definition, which is interdependent individual. That is, each and every person comes as an individual to come together for the attainment of a common goal, for the achievement of a common goal, for a common focus. That is, we come individually and we now come together to achieve a common goal. That's what we call a team. And the word teamwork, the meaning is it is the collaborative effort of a team to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in the most effective and efficient manner. In the most effective, and efficient manner. That is the word teamwork. That is what teamwork means. Teamwork is the collaborative effort of a team to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in the most effective and efficient way. So that means we have other key words in that one, collaborative effort. That is, it is not a individual effort that makes a teamwork. It is a collaborative effort. It is a combined effort. It is a combined effort. It is a team effort that makes up a teamwork, and the purpose is to achieve a common goal. The purpose is to achieve a common goal. When we do things together, we can achieve it at the faster rate, and it says us to complete a task in the most effective and efficient way. That is the purpose. That is the focus. That is the end result of a teamwork, to achieve a common goal in the most effective and efficient way. That is the focus. That is the end result of a teamwork. So let's now look at. I told you earlier on that as the geese move, they move in V formation. There are reasons why geese move in V formation, and we can actually get 7 lessons from the movement of the geese in a V formation. So I quickly want to possibly share my screen so that we can also look at it together. And yes, 7 lessons we can learn to succeed at work. 7 lessons we can learn to succeed at work. That's from the geese to succeed at work. So let me start with number one. The number one is the first lesson is sharing a common goal. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates uplift and aerodynamic orientation that reduces air friction for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock achieve a 70% greater flying rate than if each bird flew alone. The lesson we can get from that is that people who share a common direction and goal can get where they are going quicker and with less effort, because they benefit from the momentum of the group moving around them. Make sure your is aligned towards a common goal. The first lesson from the geese moving in V formation is that they are sharing what a common goal, because they are actually having the same direction. They are going in the same direction. They are sharing a common goal. So when you go in the same and you are sharing a common goal, you achieve a 70% greater flying range than if, because they achieve 70% more. So what we are saying here by saying you are children, they are going, you can actually get to where you are going quicker and with less effort than for them to be flying alone. So sharing a common goal, by sharing a common goal, you can achieve a greater result very quick and with less effort. That is as a team when you share a common goal. The second lesson is increasing visibility. Increasing visibility. So what we are saying by increasing visibility, what we are saying by increasing visibility is flying in V formation increases the visibility as every group can see what's happening in front of them. But when you fly in V formation, everybody that is in that formation will actually see what is ahead of them. I mean, they can actually plan ahead against what they are seeing in their front. So the lesson here is to make our organization visible in both organization chart directions. Having top-down visibility enables leaders to stay connected with the edges of the organization to make a better informed decision. Leaders, as a leader, when you in a position, you stay connected with the edges and be able to make a better and informed decision. That is what is happening to our admin. The admin as a leader and other top 10 leaders were actually staying focused, and they are able to make a better informed decision because they are actually working together as a team. So You are going to see a bigger picture, engages them and empowers them to better align themselves with the organization objective. That's for those following them also. So we have we have increasing visibility to actually get to. So the third lesson that we have here is humility, having humility to seek help. Having humility to seek help. When a goose fall out of formation, it suddenly feels the friction of flying alone. Yeah, they feel the impact of flying alone. It then gets quickly adjust. It then quickly adjust its mistake and move back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the board immediately in front of it. So when they actually lose, when they fall out of formation, they feel the impact of flying alone. So immediately they have to adjust and move back to the formation to actually take the advantage of lifting power. So what we are saying here is to be humble, to admit the challenge. So the lesson we can learn here is to be humble, to admit the challenges we face, and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. As a member of the community, we need to be humble to admit challenges so that we face and to seek help as soon as you get stuck. When immediately you get stuck and you don't know where the direction to go again, you can always seek help where you have a team. You can always seek help of other members that are in the same team, that are having the same focus. So the humility will enable you or your team and you're coming to move faster and achieve more. You have to bring yourself down. You have to admit the challenges that you and you need to seek help. You can be able to seek help from other members of the community because you are a team. So another lesson that we can learn from this is empowering others to lead. When the lead goes in front get tired, it rotates it rotates back into the formation and allows another group to take the leadership position. So as a leader, so in a TBC community, what we are saying is when you are flying in V formation and when none of them, when those ones that are actually leading get tired, they can always move back and allow other members to actually lead so that to actually take a leadership position. But if you don't have, if you are flying alone or if the geese is going alone, when he's tired, there is nobody to actually lead. He gets tired and he gets frustrated. That is what it is. But in a team, when you have a team and you have other members, you can always go to the back and relax and allow others to take the leadership position while you actually recuperate and get more energy while you're resting. So the lesson here is to empower others to also lead. That means as a team, what you are doing is empowering others to also lead. That is the opportunity of empowering others to lead as well when you are actually in a team. So managing and keeping tight control will burn you out. It also disengage and demotivate others around you. When you don't give people when you don't empower people to lead, when you are actually doing it alone, then you get yourself burned out. And it also disengage and demotivate other members around you. People, so you want to realize the fact that people have unique skills, capabilities, and gifts to offer. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance to shine, and you'll be surprised with the outcome. That is what we are saying as in a teamwork. But what we are doing is you have to empower others to lead. By empowering them to lead, you are actually giving them autonomy. You are actually putting your trust in them and you are giving them a chance to shine. And when you do that, you will be marveled at the results that you will get. So that is the essence of actually working as a team. As a team, you will be empowering others to lead. So another one that we have as the number fifth lesson from the Geese Commission movement is always recognizing what great work. The Geese on to recognize each other and encourage those up front to keep up the speed. The lesson here is to make sure we praise people and give them the recognition they deserve. In a teamwork, you have to recognize the effort of some people. You actually give them recognition and praise them as and when necessary. Lack of recognition is one of the main reasons employees are unsatisfied at work and skills. If you don't appreciate the effort of some people as in a team, then you are actually demotivating them. You are actually trying to demotivate them and not encouraging them to put in more effort. So you need to appreciate the effort of other people. So when they do it and praise them as and when necessary. So lack of recognition, of course, it is very common for people's efforts to go unnoticed by their peers in a busy and fast-moving working environment. However, remembering to constantly provide recognition and encouragement is vital and keeps teams motivated to achieve their goal. You have to recognize the efforts of some people. I'm still going to talk about this because I know the admin has actually done a lot by recognizing the efforts of some of the top 10 members of the community. He has also done one recently by recognizing the effort of one of the old leaders of the community that has come out to do a broadcast. He has done that for David Jones as well. They are recognizing some of the broadcast that David Jones has done. That is what actually spurs people to be able to work more. That's what encourages people to be able to actually encourage them to do more in the area of supporting the community. That I actually have to give kudos to the admin for that. Another, the sixth one is offering support in challenging times. When you get sick or wounded, two kids drop out of formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again. Then they launch out with another formation and catch up with the drop. Yes, two of them, when any one of them gets sick, two of them will have to drop and assure that okay, they help that one and protect it. If he was able to survive it, fine, they stay with him until he survives, or if after until when he dies. Then after that, they will now go together. If he survives, go together and join the other members, or if it does not survive, leave it. So the lesson now is to stand by each other in difficult times. As a team, we need to stand by each other in difficult times. It's easy to always be part of the winning team, but when things get difficult and people are facing challenges, then when your teammate needs, that's when your teammate needs you the most. At the time of difficulty, at the time of challenge, that is when we need to rally around as a team to support that member, and that is when they needed us most. We have to work as a team. We have to offer support during challenge, especially in challenging times. So that is one of the lessons that we need to learn. We need to stay focused. We need to help ourselves at every difficult time. Anybody that actually is in a difficult situation, we need to rally down and help him. Then the last lesson is stay committed to core values and purpose. Staying committed to core values and purpose. The Geese migration route never varies. They use the same route year after year. Even when the flock members change, the young learn the route from their parents. In the spring, they will go back to the spot where they were born. The lesson to learn here is to stay true to our core values and purpose. Strategies, tactics, and products may change in order for an organization to remain agile, but great companies always stick to their core purpose and values and preserve them with vigor. What we are saying here is we have to still relate it to the TBC community. The TBC community as a team, if you want to work together as a team, we have to stay focused. We have to stay committed to our core values and purpose. We have to stay committed to our objectives. We have to stay committed to the vision and mission of the community. That we don't need to derail whatever the circumstance, whatever the challenges that we are facing. We have to stay committed to the core values and purpose of the TBC community. We have to be focused. We have to ensure that yes, the concept and the vision and mission of TBC is still what is our guide, our driving force. We need to stay committed to that vision and mission of the people. And that is where we will be able to now defeat the cabal that does not want us to achieve our aim. That does not want us to actually succeed in whatever plan that we have. So we need to actually work together as a team to be able to defeat the so-called elite and the so-called. So we need to actually come together as a unified force, because the last lesson is to stay connected, stay focused, stay connected to the core values and of the organization. So that is the most important thing. We don't need anybody to actually destabilize us as a community if we work together as a team. We don't need anybody. Nobody can destabilize us. Nobody can actually let me just use destabilize us for whatever reason, for whatever purpose that they have. if we work as a team. Our own main, our target is to stay focused to our core values of the organization, the vision and mission of the community. That the vision and mission of the community is to eradicate poverty globally, and that is our mission. That is what we need to stay connected to. That is what we need to stay focused to. We don't even need, we cannot afford to derail at this point in time, because the cabal too, the so-called cabal, the so-called elite, the cabal are actually working tirelessly to ensure that the vision of TBC community is not achieved. That to ensure that yes, they actually destabilize the community to the extent that yes, we won't be able to achieve our aim. So at this point in the TBC community, I want to also let us look at the fact that yes, this is the period that we need to work together as a team. The first lesson is that when we share a common goal, we achieve a greater result than when each an individual starts going alone. And that is the more reason why the admin is actually hammering on live broadcast for everybody, because we have to stay committed to that. We have to be focused. We have to know that yes, this is the direction to which we are going. And every other thing that comes in will only be an addition to that. So that, and every other, even if you have any, you definitely face challenges, but if you stay together as a unified forces, as a single entity, you will be able to defeat the trolls, as CDC Randy normally used to say, because we need to defeat them. We can only defeat them when we work together as a team, when we have a single focus, when we are going in one direction and we are not derailing. That is when we can fight and defeat the cabal, because they are actually strong, they are well, but as a community, as the more we grow, the more stronger we will be if we work together as a team. I mean, the more we grow, the more stronger we will be if we work together, and that is the only way we can defeat the cabal. That is the only way we can fight the truth. That is the only way we can fight the injustice that is pervading the world presently. That is the only way you can fight injustice and win. Because the CBC admin, it cannot fight the battle alone. We have to support the CBC admin to fight the battle. We have to be focused. At this point, we need to be together. We need a unified community. We need a committed people as part of the community that has the same focus, that is actually aiming at the same direction with all other members of the community. So we don't really need any other thing than to work as a team now. To work as a team now. That is the main focus that we have. Because by working as a team, we achieve a greater result than being alone. By working as a team, we can always assist each other in time of need. By working as a team, we can always seek support when we want to be alone, when we are getting tired. We can always seek encouragement and support from other members of the community. And the TBC community has a very great leaders. We have a very great leaders in the like of the Bitcoin riders and news and the rest. We can always contact if there is any, if you need advice, if you need opinion, if you need any other thing, or if you don't understand anything, you can always contact them, or you go through the blog to read more about anything that you don't understand in the TBC community. So let us work together as a unified factor, as a single entity, as a unified community, to actually stand to fight the forces that are actually giving us the other way. They are actually giving us suffering instead of abundance. Because what is actually for us, what the promise of God for us is abundance. It is the cabal that actually changes for us and want us to actually accept it as part as a norm in the community. So we don't really need people to we need to be unity, we need to be together now as a team, and we work together, come together, put our heads together as one family, and so that we'll be able to fight the truth, we'll be able to fight the cabal, we'll be able to fight the injustice. So we need teamwork. We have to work as a team. We have to work together as one family. Anybody that is joining the community knows that yes, I'm joining a very big family community of a unified force that is ready to fight and win the war against poverty, and win the war against the elite, and win the war against the pro, and win the war against the cabal that has actually taken over our birthright, which is what? Abundance. The throne, the cabal, the elite has taken over our birthright and they are giving us something else. So we need to take back our birthright. We need to actually take our rightful position in life, which is abundant. We need the life of abundance. That is what the CBC community has promised us, and we need to work together with him to achieve that set of objectives. We don't really have any other option than to work as a team, for now. So that is the message, and that's my message for now. And I hope that every other person will actually learn from the Beef Formation movement and be able to use those lessons, the seven lessons that are just read out, to actually build the community. Because what we need to do is to continue to build the community to get to the set target of 1 billion community. We have over 3 million members now. So we still need to continue to build the community, and we need to build a strong community to be able to fight the truth. We don't need firearms, we don't need anything. Ordinarily, with our voices, we can fight the truth. With our voices, we can fight the cabal, and that is if we work together as a team. If we are sharing the same goal, if we are actually having the same focus as a community, then we can be able to fight the truth or the cabal that wants to actually take over our inheritance. Our inheritance is actually abundant, and what CBC is actually promising us is to eradicate global poverty and abundance for all. So that is what we need to do to get whatever we want, whatever we want to achieve in life. So it is now left to us to be able to actually stand as a unified forces, and we need to be at work as a team from now on, because that is one of the tools that we can use to fight the cabal. That is one of the tools that we can use to defeat the trolls. That is one of the tools that will assist us in achieving success, an attainment of success of the TBC goals and set targets. So until when I come to you another day with another live broadcast, I still remain yours sincerely, Taufik Adeniyi Aina. Thank you and God bless. Cheers.